Joe and Shreddy Robuscus, and welcome back to another Let's Watch of Death Battle. Today's episode, Scrooge McDuck cashes into Death Battle. Oh my gosh. This was a mistake. This episode is a mistake. Let's just get this out of the way right now. Okay. Before I get too mad about this, in case you, for whatever reason, do not know what the full matchup is, it's Scrooge McDuck versus Shovel Knight. Why? This is easily the biggest why they've done. Okay, as you can clearly tell, I'm not excited for this one. But I will still watch it. I will still watch it, I will still react to it, and I probably will still enjoy it. It's just the fact that it exists is probably going to drag it down a couple notches. So, I am not upset with Scrooge McDuck in Death Battle. I'm not. In fact, I think it's a really good idea. Because I've researched Scrooge. If you don't know this duck, or you think this duck is too pathetic to be in Death Battle, you are ready for one heck of an adventure with this thing. This thing is ridiculous. But I am not here to talk about who I think is going to win this fight. If you want to know who I think is going to win this fight, check out my new podcast, Robuscast. That name might be generic, but had to think of something, and it just worked. But yeah, I can't. I haven't finished researching this fight because I feel like this doesn't need researching. There's one little thing that one of these characters has that unless the other character has something to counter it, he's gonna die. He's gonna die easily. But, okay. Enough of my sighing. Enough of my disappointment. Let's watch this preview.
In 1867,
they're using the comics. Okay.
Scrooge McDuck was born to a poor family in Glasgow, Scotland. He grew up a relatively normal duckling until his 10th birthday.
Scrooge's father took him to see the remains of the old McDuck clan castle. See, their family wasn't always super poor, and Scrooge was inspired by the sight of their former glory. So the next day, he got a job and earned his first money ever. A dime.
Problem was, it was an American dime, and Scrooge was in Scotland. Naturally feeling pretty cheap, Scrooge swore he'd build his fortune by being, I quote, smarter than the smarties and tougher than the toughies.
So he hopped over to America to start his quest for wealth. And judging by his money vault today, where he literally swims in gold, I'd say he did a pretty effing good job.
No obstacle was too difficult to keep him from fortune. By my estimations, his entire net worth today rests around $300 quadrillion.
Rich as he is, he's got to defend his treasure trove somehow. So this wealthy waterfowl's got more guns than I do. Not to mention the trusty cannons he has hidden around his manor. Haha, nothing like some old-fashioned artillery for home defense. Whoa, speaking of which, ours are going off.
Ours? What?
Yeah, I told you I'd get that damn squirrel. Dinner time.
Sure, go for it. I think I'll go get takeout instead. Come back next week as we unearth Scrooge's opponent, the one and only Shovel Knight.
Ah, I got a whole family of the little bastards.
Boomstick, you need to learn how to respect animals. I'm sorry, I just hit my desk against my knee. Ow. Okay, well, that was Scrooge's origin and apparently he has a bunch of guns. You shocked yet? And they are using the comics. Okay, that was something that was pretty asked around the community. Like, are they going to use comics, or are they just going to stick with the TV and the cartoon and games? Because if they're sticking with just the cartoon and games, then Shovel Knight actually wins. But if they're sticking to the cartoon, games, and comics, then Scrooge is going to obliterate him. So you can guess where this is probably going to go. Scrooge is gonna obliterate him. Ugh. Doggone it. Good luck, Shovel Knight. Seriously. And which is sad because my preferred character loses again. Yay. There's one little thing that Scrooge has in his arsenal in the comics that unless Shovel Knight has something that can counter that, then Shovel Knight is gonna die really fast. And in case you do not know what I am talking about, for one, you should check out the podcast again. But another thing, but in case you don't want to check it out, and you want to know what I'm referring to the Omnisolve. Which is... it's a MacGuffin. Simple as that. But essentially what it can do is that it can, eat through materials, with total ease. It's, to the point where it's not even, a fair fight anymore. It can defend himself. It can defend Scrooge from... I just hit my desk again. Ow. It can defense. That was not English. It can defend Scrooge from all manner of physical and projectile attacks. It can create tunnels by eating through the dirt. It can eat through speeding trains and speeding cars and speeding bullets. The only thing it can't melt through is diamonds. So what I actually still need to dig into is if Shovel Knight has anything diamond related that could help him out here. Because if he doesn't, then he doesn't stand a ghost of a chance. I want Shovel Knight to win this one. In all honesty, I like Scrooge, but man, do I want Shovel Knight to win this one. But he is absolutely, positively, beyond the shadow of a doubt, completely and utterly screwed in every way, shape, and form. And this is one of the reasons why I hate this matchup. This is an unfair battle that we have that we needed to wait an extra week for, or the connections are loose as crap, and there are so many other opponents that these two could fight. On Scrooge's side, we have Wario, Mr. Krabs, even Darkwing Duck. On Shovel Knight's side, we have Shantae, we have Sir Arthur. Some people have even said Meta Knight. I know it's not that great of an idea, but bear with me. It's still that and Scrooge McDuck versus Darkwing Duck, matchups that I am personally not a fan of, are still better than this. And combine all of that with the fact that we've had to wait an extra week for it. Now, all of last week, and nothing. We got a blooper reel of Ken vs. Harry and Hulk vs. Doomsday, which, by the way, I almost reacted to it. I almost did. But I ended up turning it down. I ended up getting rid of it once it was done because I just didn't care. Okay. Okay. Like I said in the podcast, this episode is saved by 3 people. Sam Mitchell, Jessica Davis, and Jets. Not Jet's Pizza. You know, that would be delicious, and I kind of want that now. Jet's an animator. The guy who did Ronald McDonald versus Colonel Sanders and Amy Rose versus King Dedede, for DBX. And he did Cammy versus Sonya, Ken versus Terry, and Zorro versus Urza for Death Battle. And those all turned out pretty freaking good. And the writing to most of the... Realistically, Jets hasn't done an episode that hasn't been written by Sam and Jessica. He hasn't. He's done part of Deadpool vs. Pinkie Pie, but Caius had most of the control over that. Oh yeah, he also, on the topic of him and Caius teaming up, he also did half of Trump vs. Clinton for DBX. Anyways, yeah, so that was Scrooge's preview. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I hope you guys enjoy the full episode, because I probably won't. I probably will. It should be pretty good. We have our first 8-bit death battle, so that's pretty cool. That's intriguing. But realistically, this matchup just shouldn't have existed. So the fact that this is going to exist is going to mark it really low on the full countdown of episodes this season. Hopefully the next one will deliver, and hopefully 1 Minute Melee and DBX can deliver this weekend. And the Death Battle cast tomorrow, which, speaking of which, I have a special surprise that I'm going to probably put up on my channel tomorrow. I won't say what it is just yet. If you are familiar with the Death Battle cast, you might actually know what it is. But, in case you don't, and you do pay attention to my channel, first off, I recommend you do check that stuff out, because I think it's really freaking funny. But at the same time, if you don't take my word for it, and you are not familiar with the cast at all, you will be surprised as to what I'm going to do tomorrow. Oh wait, I can't put it up tomorrow because it would be put up on Friday for YouTube. Huh. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. Bye.